Hi, I'm Brian Hainline, and I'm a Notre Dame graduate, 1978. I started off doing research in brain tumors for my first 6 years, but had the pleasure, really the privilege, of being the Chief Medical Officer for the U.S. Open Tennis Championships. And then I was the first Chief Medical Officer of the NCAA, and I'm currently the Vice President of the International Tennis Federation. When I was at Notre Dame, I was in what was called the pre-professional program. So it meant that you did the basic core requirements of professional programs, such as medicine, or it could be law or engineering, but your primary major was liberal arts, and for me it was philosophy. Neurology can be profoundly philosophical. You have a stroke, and all of a sudden you lose your ability to communicate, you lose your language. What does that mean from the point of view of the human experience when you can no longer even understand the spoken word, the essence of how we communicate with one another? And so there are all sorts of very, very profoundly interesting philosophical questions in a discipline such as neurology and neurophysiology. So really, I see the two as being complementary to one another. I think the greatest skill set is working with a sense of absolute urgency and infinite patience. With the infinite patience, it's all about collaboration. And I think in collaboration, it's this concept of being a humble servant. And so you're not just there and serving everyone. Obviously, you're there with a vision, but you're saying, look, I'm surrounding myself by people that are smarter than I am. How can we figure this out together? The College of Arts and Letters really is grounded in something profoundly philosophical, profoundly humanistic. But when you take a dive into the College of Arts and Letters, you're taking a dive into the history of the world and the greatest thinkers of the world from all cultures, from all backgrounds, all spiritual experiences. And it's a dive that is really worth it because it shapes who you are as a human being. And being a business major is great, being an engineering major is great, being a physician is great, but being a human being who questions, who cares, who's curious, that takes you everywhere you go.